Perfect. 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 You ever try to avoid something in life, like you're just doing everything in your power to steer clear from something? You're diving, dipping, turning, going under, over, whatever. You're trying to avoid something just because you just don't want to face it. You don't want to see it. And somehow, some way, that thing finds its way back and continues to slap you right in the face. Has that ever happened to anyone? Or is it just me? Everything I do, I've been trying to avoid this whole Jimmy Butler thing. And no matter what I do, somehow, some way, it finds its way back to me. And now I gotta come on here and talk about it. If you haven't seen, a couple days ago, Jimmy Butler goes out in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the one-seeded Milwaukee Bucks, the powerhouse, the juggernaut, the MVP, Giannis. And he comes out and puts up a playoff career high of 40. And not only that, Jimmy Butler comes up in the biggest moments possible. And he's clutch. In the fourth quarter, he goes off. He goes off and leads the Miami Heat to a Game 1 win. And I think he had like 12, 13 points in the last couple minutes of the game. It's ridiculous. Jimmy Butler has that ice in his veins. He is that man. He is that man. And then this whole thing goes on with Twitter. Joel Embiid tweeting out as he's watching the game. First he said Jimmy Butler hashtag too good. And then he tweeted out a cryptic thing that just said if. We were on stream and people alerted me of this. He said if. And you know when he's signaling, right? If. What could have happened? What if Jimmy Butler had stayed with the Sixers? And you know what? I do a video months back after Jimmy goes on JJ's podcast and literally says, like, Brett Brown was not a good coach. There were things, there were deficiencies that it just went wrong. And he wanted to stay here, really. He hinted at it. But again, as Jimmy Butler said it, everyone's like, why do we just have to believe Jimmy? Why don't we hear the other side of the story? Well, let me read you something. An interview came out today from The Athletic in an interview that Jimmy Butler did. And this is what he said about Joel Embiid. That's my guy. Outside of basketball, I love that man to death. He knows that. I tell him every opportunity I get, and I appreciate him for making me a better player, a better leader, better at understanding so many different things. I talk to him all the time, and I tell him, I wish you were still in the playoffs because you deserve a championship, because he works at it, and that's just my guy. Yeah, I saw it, and I know that he still wanted me to be on this team. And I still wanted to be teammates with him. Let's not get that misunderstood. I am sick to my stomach, all right? Because it's time for the people out there. And there are still people who will undeniably say that Jimmy Butler was just a rental. He was meant to leave the Sixers. He wanted to go to Miami. You're wrong. It is time to admit it. You're wrong. I can come on here and say when I'm wrong. No, you are wrong. Jimmy Butler wanted to be in Philly. At first it started, they don't want to give him a max contract. That's BS. They probably offered him a max contract. But they didn't let Jimmy be Jimmy. They didn't want him to engage with other teams. They held him back. They did. You remember Brett said that he didn't want Jimmy to be this uncontrollable guy in the locker room, the guy that holds people accountable and sets the tone. Jimmy Butler wanted to be here, and he was the perfect piece. I've been saying for the longest time that Jimmy Butler can be a star and one of the top options on a winning team, and I got raked through the coals for it. I'm not saying he's as skilled and as gifted as Kevin Durant or LeBron or Kawhi. But guess what? He has this. He has this. That is what you need to win a championship. After 2017, when we get embarrassed by the Celtics, we go and say, you know what? We need a star. We need a guy to come in here and put everything together with Ben and Joe. And that's exactly what we did. We go and get Jimmy Butler. We go and get Tobias Harris, and we have JJ Redick, and one of the best starting fives in the league. Yes, it is true. They didn't go out and get these guys to be one-year rentals. They were supposed to stay. Jimmy was supposed to stay, but they let JJ walk, who was left out for dead. Jimmy Butler goes because of the organizational issues. The Sixers chose one more year of Brett Brown when they should have kept Jimmy Butler. If I was the Sixers organization, and this goes for everyone, Brett, Elton, and Josh Harris. Josh Harris needs to sell the team. He stinks. I would have gone to Jimmy and said, what do you want us to do? How do we build around you? What do we do? This is your team. Give him the damn keys to the Sixers. But no, we don't believe in Jimmy. He's not the guy. You were wrong. Jimmy Butler was clowned throughout the offseason. He went to the Miami Heat. They're going to be an 8 seed. They'll bottom out. No. And I know Eric Spoelstra's a good coach, but Jimmy demands the best out of those young guys when they're on the court, and look how they're playing. Jimmy can absolutely be a star on a winning team, on a championship team. Let me read you one quote from Jimmy Butler, okay? I wasn't worried about it. I'm here. I'm telling you. I don't even think about what could have happened with Brett Brown. What could have happened if I get lost in it? I'm not doing my due diligence. I'm so locked in right now, and I'll do anything it takes to win. I'm telling you, I don't have to come out and score 40. I don't give a I'll shoot the ball twice as long as you guarantee me we get a dub. I don't care how. I couldn't care less how anybody labels me. Just know that I do everything in my power to win. That's what brings me the most joy, is that no matter what you think or what you might say, you're never going to be able to say I'm not a winner. I may not have won it, but you're not going to say I was a loser, that I play a losing style of basketball. That is what we need. We had it. It was in our hands. And that nitty grittiness, the clutch. Yeah, we didn't give them enough opportunity sometimes early in the game, but when the fourth quarter came, we knew where the ball was going. But no, we let this offseason go. We try to say that Al Horford and Tobias Harris signings can equal what Jimmy Butler meant to this team. We were wrong. $180 million for Tobias, who can put up 15 points at the max in a playoff game, and Al Horford, who can't even muster more than 6. This is embarrassing, and it hurts. It hurts because I know what Jimmy Butler is about to do. Just because it was a Sixers thing. Like, I could honestly see Jimmy Butler going and winning the finals. And I wouldn't be mad at it. I'd be happy for Jimmy Butler because he deserves it. Because he comes out every night and fights. And he was perfect for Philadelphia. And we let him slip out of our hands. We let him slip right out of our hands. And you know what? It's funny to me because it's the same people, right? Listen to my words now. It is the same people who right now are complaining about the Sixers roster and Elton Brand's mishaps, okay? We should have never signed Al to that much money. We should have never signed Tobias. Let me tell you, it was a panic move, okay? That is why we signed it. I've said it all along. I think Tobias can work in the offense, but he's not worth 180 mil. Al Horford could be a backup center, but not for 109 mil. It's just the facts. But the people that are complaining about the roster construction are the same ones that said Jimmy was never meant to be here. He can go. And it's funny. It is funny to me. I can't believe this. Like, everyone wants us to go out and trade for a star. Trade Simmons for a star. Trade Embiid for a star. We had one. Jimmy Butler was not only a star on the court, but he held this team together when Brett Brown wouldn't do it himself. He held this team together, and you didn't have to trade anything for Jimmy Butler. You just had to give him a contract. We traded Robert Covington and Dario Saric and got Jimmy Butler. Imagine how this team would have performed this year. Maybe we wouldn't have gone all the way with Brett Brown at the helm, but it would have been a lot better than putting out a piss-poor outcome of getting swept by our rivals, the Boston Celtics. I mean, I can't believe this. I am absolutely sick to my stomach, and I've been trying to ignore it because it's over. It's done. We are now going into an offseason where we need a qualified head coach, and we need to make some serious roster moves and compliment Ben and Joel so we can get this thing rolling in the right direction. But everywhere I go, I'm just trying to watch some games, just do my thing, and I get a notification. Boom! Jimmy Butler wanted to remain teammates with Joel Embiid. Jimmy Butler puts up 40. It just keeps slapping me in the face. But some of us were right. Jimmy Butler deserved to be here, to be the man. A big three of Ben, Jimmy, and Joe. That is a serious championship lineup. And we let it go. To sign Tobias Harris and Al Horford to contracts they didn't deserve, to keep Brett Brown around for one more year, to get absolutely embarrassed, to get duped into bully ball, and it's absolutely sickening. We deserve better as Sixers fans. That's all I got. Let me know all your thoughts about this down below in the comment section. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm getting ready to watch Jimmy Butler in just a couple hours go and play game 2. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes off again. That's all I got, man. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Perfect.